Hey guys, welcome back to YS Tech USA Fan Addicts. Happy Monday. As you can see, I'm missing my fearless partner here. He's not feeling too good today. So I figured, well, in the spirit of keeping this going, we're just going to keep marching forward. So anyways, I want to start out the shows with a little bit more personal note or lighten it up a little bit. So we figured we'd start out with talking about what'd you do this weekend? And if you didn't do much, what do you wish you did? So this last weekend for me, I did the Grand National Truck Show in Pomona, California. This was their third year of doing it. So we're part of the Relaxed Atmosphere Car Club and did that this weekend. So I've got a truck, show a little picture of it here. If you're interested, I've got lots of stuff on CT Fan Man on Instagram. But yeah, it was a great show. Got third in my category, so I'll be happy for that. And yeah, it was a good weekend overall. Had a birthday too on Saturday, so another year older. But anyway, so this week we want to talk about blowers. Last week we were talking about axial fans and how those work, why they're called axial. So blowers are kind of its stepbrother, or I guess a brother to a fan. So there's certainly different performance needs, hence the reason for having different types of options. So I figure probably just jump straight into it at this point and take a look at the different blowers. All right, so let's get straight into it. Since I'm by myself, I'm just going to stay in the chair here today. But the first thing that we want to look at a blower is what they actually do. So I brought in a big guy here, so it's a little bit easier to see from the distance, right? So a blower is considered to have radial airflow, right? So they're typically a radial product versus an axial. When we say radial, you're like, what the heck's that mean? So what it's doing here is we have the air being drawn in the top of the unit here. You can see inside there's a blower wheel, so it's sucking the air in the top and shooting it out the side. Radial airflow. So you might say, okay, all right, Charlie, that's cool. So it's a 90-degree airflow versus a fan, right, that would be flowing down the axis, which would go left to right. So in a blower, the greatest difference than an axial fan is that fans are high CFM, which is the airflow, and lower pressure. And then a blower is high pressure, but a lower CFM. So just by design of how the blades are, that enables us to build a lot more pressure. So you might say, okay, all right, that's cool. So what in the world would you need a blower for? So, that's when we talked about operating points a little bit, and we'll get into more detail of what operating points are and how you calculate them and all that good stuff in the future. But, really ducted systems, HVAC, industrial applications, even telecom racks these days are all getting into blowers. So, you've got other ones that are like this guy here. This is considered a backward curved impeller, right? But it's the same thing. It's going to draw the air in the top and dispense it radially. So these are backward curved because the rotation is this way, and you can see the blades are all backwards on it. So again, this is, these things have been around forever. For you car guys out there, you should know what that looks like. That's exactly the kind of fans that are inside a Volkswagen air-cooled engine, right? So the Germans had these things coming out way back, all the way back in the 30s when they first came out. So you get very high pressure, good airflow characteristics, and really nice. So these type of units can come in AC, they can come in DC, they can come in EC, all kinds of different stuff. So we'll be looking at that. Actually, next week we'll be talking more about AC, DC, and EC. So these guys here, same thing. This is a smaller version of what we're looking at. Air comes in here, exhausts out the front. So that's a 97 by 33. We even got the little guys down like this, right? 50 by 15. This guy's a little rock star right here. He kicks butt. So, This is another 100 by 32 millimeter that came out. This was more of a specialty one. You can see it has a bigger opening on the front. This just allows for a broader airflow delivery. But again, it's drawing air in the top, exhausting it out the side. So if you could see in there, that's essentially a small backward curved impeller that's inside of there. So high pressure, a little bit lower CFM, but having that higher pressure allows to push air through the system and do it very efficiently. So yeah, so you know, all kinds of different blowers. We have great catalog items that are in the website, and you can see them there. One of our biggest industries that we cater to globally for the blowers, believe it or not, is seat vent. So you know, in your cars these days, if you have seat ventilation, it is a blower that's kind of like this, but there's one in the bottom, one in the back. So we have wonderful experience on all kinds of different levels. Low vibration, high pressure, low noise, you know, so many different things. So, you know, I always come back to one size does not fit all, and, you know, that's because each industry has its things. And again, we are really good at doing modified standards that will help better the product within your industry. So I think we'll kind of have it short and sweet today, but we wanted to hit on the blowers so that you understand what those are. We'll have another episode coming up next week where we're talking about the AC and DC and EC and the difference between those technologies and what some of the benefits are. And that'll be getting us close to working through our first 4 fan ABCs. You know, we hit on axial fans, blowers, voltage type, and you know, we'll be ready to roll forward and get into some more detailed reviews. And you know, next week I actually have a super secret package coming in from the factory. It's actually a crate, and I don't get too many crated things. So when it comes in, I think we might have to do a little episode on that. We have an opening, and that'll be like a whole episode in itself of showing you some really cool new technology that we have coming along. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks for checking it out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and all that happy stuff that goes on with YouTube work. And hope you all have a great week. See you next time.